Hey, what's up, family? Thank you for taking the time to check this video out. Here we are in day number 8 for vlogging every day in April 2017. So today's question is, what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? And for me, I mean, there's a lot of different adventures that I've actually done in terms of like traveling and trying new things. But for me, I believe that the most adventurous thing I've ever done truly was two things, actually: following my heart, number one, and number two is answering the calling that I believe that God has for me. And I guess those two things go hand in hand: following your heart and answering the call that and the plan that God has for you are truly the things that really started the adventure of what I call life. Just to give a quick backstory, I was working at a hospital for 11 years. Now, it was a safe job, it was secure, made lots of money, and did lots of things that, you know, the money provided for me. However, I wasn't truly feeling fulfilled. I got to a point where I just kind of felt like what I call the Napa State zombie. I was just going to work, you know, clocking in, doing my 8 hours or my 16 hours, and then, you know, taking off. So I did medications, treatments, groups, did all that kind of stuff, you know, 8-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, weekend, you know, not having all my weekends and working on holidays, and all that kind of stuff was just something that I got used to after 11 years. And so part-time or on the side, I would work with the youth at the church or volunteer and working with young people in any way that I could. And I just, after a while, it just started getting really routine for me. The job was great, the money was good. You know, I had made I still have a lot of good friends from the job, but I just truly wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I mean, it wasn't that the work was necessarily bad. I mean, of course, you know, not having your weekends off and having to work holidays and getting mandated, you know, wasn't always the best thing, but I knew that the job was providing for my family, and it was giving me all the experiences like traveling and doing all those things for my family. So, of course, you know, there was a part of me that felt like, hey, I got to do this. This is my job as a husband, as a father, as a provider. But I truly wasn't fulfilled. And I used to think to myself, well, yeah, I'm providing the resources and the money, but what else am I providing? I wasn't providing all the time for my family. I wasn't providing all the emotional support for my family. I wasn't providing all the spiritual support for my family. So when I think about that question, like, what are we providing? I mean, it's true. Are you providing your emotional support? Are you providing spiritual support? Are you providing, you know, your physical support and just being there and spending time with your family? So after 11 years, I decided that was it. I wanted to follow my heart, and I wanted to answer the call that I believe that God has been calling me to do, which is do work full time with youth. So I decided to leave the hospital, and it was a really hard decision in the beginning, but it was actually the best decision that I've ever made in my life. And so I continued to work at my church part-time, and then I started working part-time with a nonprofit group called Soul Shop. We do social emotional learning at K-8 schools all throughout the Bay Area, and it's a really fulfilling job, knowing that I can connect with students. And now I have this deeper passion to work with parents and to work with teachers and to work with adults, anyone that's in a young person's life in that kind of way. I love the opportunities to connect with them and work with them, just so that our young people can truly be felt and truly be heard and be seen for who they are. And so, yeah, so honestly, I'm not making not even half of the money that I used to make at the hospital. But the crazy part is I am the most happy, I'm the most healthy, and more importantly, I'm the most fulfilled I've ever been. And every time I answer another calling, as I would put it, you know, from God, it just takes me on another adventure. I mean, I really thought that the hospital was going to be my life. I thought it was going to be 40 years or however many years, and just work, you know, do my thing, you know, get my retirement and be done. I had no clue that I was actually going to leave that job after 11 years, take the leap of faith, and truly follow my heart. And every single day, I feel more and more alive because I am taking new risks. I am living on the edge, but in a good way, in a way where, you know, I can look myself in the mirror and be proud of the man that I see and be proud of the person that I am. Especially when I'm working with young people and I'm telling them to follow their dreams and to follow their heart and letting them know, hey, not everyone is going to agree with you and not everyone is going to understand, but that's okay as long as it's in your heart and you feel good, and not just feel good, but as long as it's in your heart and you know that what you're doing is truly fulfilling you, then you can't go wrong. I used to be a DJ during my high school and early college years, and I remember the saying, you can't please them all. You know, you can't please them all. Everyone would come up and request certain music and, you know, certain genres of music, but I remember, like, I just couldn't please them all, you know, especially at parties where there were all different kinds of age groups. But I just had to do what was good for me, and I had to follow my heart. So if you're listening to this message, if there's something else that's really just like tugging on your heart, something that, you know, you feel like you need to do or you feel like you're being called to do, then maybe you should do it. Maybe you should just give it a try. You know, at least you can look, no matter what happens when you try, at least you can look back and you'll never have any regrets. And that's kind of the biggest thing that that's driving me right now. I don't want to be that guy where, you know, I look back 5, 10, 15 years from now and I go, well, what if I did try that? Or what if I did do that? You know, or how would that have been? And I get it, you know, life happens, we got to pay bills. A lot of us, you know, get married, we have kids, but that's part of the adventure, is taking your kids on those same adventures. And I think that's one thing that's truly motivating me, is I want to be the example to my children. I'm going to be a grandfather soon. I want my grandchild to see his grandpa or her grandpa, you know, living life to the fullest, not being reckless and not being careless and splurging here and there, but just by living life with passion every single day. So if I could leave you with one thing, live your life with passion. Follow your heart. Not everyone is going to agree or understand, and that's okay. But as long as in your heart and in your mind and your spirit, you're feeling fulfilled, then that's what I call the win-win. So until then, I'm signing out. Thank you again. I'm going to say it one more time, guys. Join the tribe and click time. Remember, realize with your realize. Your boy's out. Peace.